Qatent offers a variety of powerful AI tools and features that help you draft quicker and higher quality patents. Today, let's take a closer look at everything reference numerals within the Qatent interface. To simulate how it would be like to use Qatent, let's imagine that this patent from Google Patents is yours. Let's follow through with a scenario in which number one, you decide to start using Qatent with just your claims, and number two, you use Qatent in advanced mode. Let's paste your claims into the claims editor and wait a moment while Qatent automatically analyzes them. The spinning wheel icon above the Terms from Claims editor lets you know that Qatent is still analyzing your claims and hasn't yet finished. After pasting your claims, if you'd like to immediately start editing and using Qatent's various input data editor tools and features, you'll have to be mindful of the following. Two user actions will stop Qatent's automatic analysis of your claims, which in turn disables the table tool. Number one, toggling any term on or off. Number two, adding any additional text into the claims editor after you've already pasted your claims into the claims editor. But don't worry, the table tool can be easily reactivated. More on all of this later. So let's continue following through with a situation in which you allow Qatent to finish automatically analyzing your claims. The spinning wheel icon has disappeared, letting you know Qatent has finished automatically analyzing your claims. When you initially pasted your claims, you saw the following. Qatent identified all of the terms in your claims and copied and pasted them into the Terms from Claims editor. Since Qatent has finally finished automatically analyzing your claims, you'll also notice that reference numerals have been automatically added to your terms. Now, let's take a moment to learn more about the Terms from Claims editor. So, as previously mentioned, reference numerals have been automatically added to your terms. You can see that a reference numeral has been placed on the left side of each term. Another category of visuals that may have jumped out to you are the red exclamation point icons next to some of your terms. Hover your cursor over a red exclamation point icon to read its tooltip. As you see, if a term has a red exclamation point icon next to it, this means that this term overlaps with another term in your claims. To provide another example, the terms lighting and front light assembly would be identified as overlapping with the term light. The gray box with a number icon located next to each term shows the number of times a term appears in the claims. You can also look at your list of terms in three different visual configurations. For example, order your terms alphabetically or by frequency. While Qatent has automatically assigned a unique reference numeral to each term in your claims, these automatic term-to-reference numeral pairings are not set in stone. For example, if you would like to change a term's reference numeral from reference numeral 1 to reference numeral 3, simply click, drag, and drop the term currently labeled with reference numeral 1 into the third position from the top. Doing so will push up the terms with reference numeral 2 and 3 into the first and second spots, respectively. As you can see, while the terms in the top three positions now have different reference numerals, nothing changes for the terms below the third from the top position. If you would like to ensure that a particular term's reference numeral remains unchanged even as you are changing and moving around other terms' reference numerals, simply click on the term's lock icon to lock it into place. If you would like to add an additional term or terms to your claims, simply type or copy and paste the term into your claims. Highlight the term with your cursor, then click the Insert Reference Numerals button. You can also view an AI-generated and interactive table that describes the relations between the terms in your claims. To view this table and to see how it works, toggle on all or even just a few of the terms in your claims. Be mindful of the following. Only the terms you toggle on will appear in the table. Once you open the table, you'll see that your terms are listed in the same order, both vertically and horizontally, from the top left corner of the table. You'll also see that either one symbol has or two symbols have been assigned to describe the relation or relations between any two of the terms in your claims. There are a total of 10 different symbols, so before we proceed any further, let's quickly go over the meaning of each of these 10 symbols. The symbol that looks like a horizontal colon, also known as a Syriac horizontal colon, means that two terms are unrelated. Here you see grams and position. The equal sign symbol is self-explanatory. The approximately equal to symbol, as you might guess, means that two terms are nearly the same. For example, the term cable and the term electric cable would be described using this symbol. The upwards arrow from bar symbol means that one term is more specific than another term. For example, the term rear light housing assembly would be more specific than the term bicycle helmet lighting system. The downwards arrow from bar symbol means that one term is more generic than another term. For example, bicycle helmet lighting system would be a more generic term than switch. The symbol that looks like the letter U pushed over on its left side, also known as the superset of or equal to symbol, describes a part-whole relationship. For example, front light assembly is the whole of which pivot adjustment is a part. The symbol that looks like the letter U pushed over on its right side, also known as the subset of or equal to symbol, describes the reverse of the part-whole relationship that was previously described. For example, pivot adjustment is a part of front light assembly. The symbol that shows an arrow pointing to the right describes a relationship in terms of control between two terms. For example, for the terms pivot adjustment and aim, the pivot adjustment controls the aim of the light. The symbol that shows an arrow pointing to the left describes the reverse of the control relationship just mentioned. For example, the light's aim is controlled by the pivot adjustment. The symbol that looks like a checked box describes interaction between two terms. For example, we could say that the term rear light housing interacts with the term front light housing via the term electric cable. Your terms relationships will be added later into the detailed description section of your patent application. See a preview of this by clicking on the View Support Section button. Near the beginning of this video, we learned how to stop Qatent's automatic analysis of your claims. which in turn disables the table tool. Now, let's finally learn how to reactivate the table tool. There are two possible table tool reactivation paths to choose from. One, reactivate the table tool with all the terms that Qatent identified, or two, reactivate the table tool with less than all the terms Qatent identified. This less than all amount of terms would only consist of terms you select. To reactivate the table tool with all the terms that Qatent identified, click the downward purple arrow button, then click the A button, meaning all. Qatent then starts automatically analyzing your claims, and when it's finished, your AI-generated and interactive table will be ready to review and use. To reactivate the table tool with less than all of the terms Qatent identified, follow the same procedure that was just described, except that you would click the S button, meaning selected, instead of the A button.